Please tell us, what is a guru for us who are seeking the truth?
The guru actually is the polar star around which all things revolve. He is the unmoving one, the core. To live with your head at the master's feet is to live on top of the world. I discovered this at the feet of my master, Babaji. From here I can say with my full heart, enter the boat, the guru's boat, because it's through the boat of the guru that you can sail across the ocean of samsara. Samsara is really a life of sorrow, suffering, pain, confusion. All beings are in this ocean of samsara until they awaken to the true guru within themselves. Guru is actually our own self, that while we are under the spell, the hypnosis of conditioning, whereby we think that we are only personal, the person, this sacred truth is hidden from us by the veil of ignorance. So Satsang invites all beings to enter into this beautiful relationship, which will not end in a relationship, but will bring you home into the unity of being. Home.
Guru meri puja,
One day I promise to get a hang of this stuff. Hmm? So should we finish the Ashtavakra today? So in 2 days we've done 6 verses. Okay, let's aim for at least 3. Actually, we have to do 6 again because we closed at 5. We closed at be happy, no? Do you know? No, we did this. You neither do nor enjoy, you are free. Okay, so in chapter 1, verse 7, the sage Ashtavakra is saying, you are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. Actually, this one paragraph is enough actually. You are the solitary witness. So in this also this misconception that yes, there is awareness here and there is awareness there and there is awareness there. There's being here, there is being there. This is demolished, you see, because it is not like this. It is not that there are 7 billion bundles of beingness. And if you count animals and insects and things and trillions of bundles of beingness, it is one beingness. In fact, often when someone says, but beingness here and beingness there, I said, why you're not counting the space in between? It's appearing in the same beingness. Just like the one dream is appearing in one consciousness. You see, the space in a dream is not different from the characters which are appearing in the dream. You see, it's part of the same consciousness. The mountain in a dream is not different from the people appearing in the dream. They are part of the same consciousness. You see, just appearing differently. So you are the solitary witness. Now for the idea of a person, this is very scary. I don't want to be solitary, you see. I don't want to be lonely. For the person idea, this solitariness is a very scary notion. It sounds very lonely, it sounds very boring, it sounds very numbing. You see? But to that which you really are, welcome. To that which you really are, to this awareness, you see? To this oneness, it is all there is. If there is nothing beyond this, how can there be two? And then you are the solitary witness of all that is. And the other day also we were re-emphasizing this point. It is all that is. Only that which you are a witness of exists. Rest is all presumed. Isn't it? Rest is all conceptual. So can we check this now? Who is the witness of all that is? How can we go? Can we go layer by layer? Who is the witness of this outside realm? Is it you or someone else? The outside realm is witnessed by? Who is the witness of the body? The witness of thoughts? The witness of emotions? Sensations? Pain? Who is the witness of all of these? Who is the witness of your own existence? The sense that I exist, you see, which is another name for all there is actually. This I am is actually all there is. You see? This is the one being. And who is the witness of that? The sage says, Ashtavakra says that you are that. You are the solitary witness. Now, are we to treat these just as nice sounding fancy words? Or is this a recognition which is available for us right now? I want to tell you that it is available for you right now. You see? Because there is no dichotomy in these words, they are very direct. You are the solitary witness of all that is. You see? Forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. So, first, forever free. This witnessing. You see, okay, so let's look at the word witness also. When we hear the word witness, it can feel like there is an entity which is witnessing. You see, it can feel like there is a thing called the witness, which is witnessing the world and the being and everything else in between. as if there is an object called the witness or an entity called the witness, which is actually witnessing, you see. But if this witness was an object, then it would have an attribute. An object has to have an attribute, and that would be witnessed. Stay with me. It's a very, very important chapter. You see? And like I was saying yesterday, in the mythology at least, Janaka got enlightenment just by listening to this chapter once through Ashtavakra's mouth. And it's very direct what it is saying. So don't let your mind come and give you any concepts. So when we see that this witness, if it was an entity or an object, it would also have some attributes. But those also would be witnessed. All attributes must be witnessed. So there must be a witnessing which is prior to that. You see? So in this, when we check, we find that that which is the primal witness, or the awareness, or the primal witnessing, as we call it, that itself is not an entity. Therefore, we say that there truly is no witness. It is just the witnessing. It is not a seer. You see? You are not a seer. You are the seeing itself. You see? And for the mind, this is an impossible leap. So you don't have to go with the mind or any sort of mental understanding, because the mind can only understand you to be an object, a thing. Can the mind fathom that you are not a thing? You are this witnessing itself. That's where the trouble starts to come, and we start grappling to some thing which can describe us as a thing, even to say space. You see, makes us feel like there is some element there, but even that element we are not. We are just this pure witnessing. You see, and what does it witness? All that exists, of all that is. So there is nothing outside of this. So when we say you are the witness of the phenomenal universe, you see, that means that the phenomenal universe consists of that which you are witnessing at this point.
So isn't it inherently implies duality, the word witness? Isn't it inherently
Yeah.
implies there is a duality?
That's why I broke it up, no? So we deconstructed the word witness to imply that
We take it not
take
as
the
an object.
take
Even if we take it not as an object
Hmm.
or something which has an attribute, but we take it as a self which is subject to all the phenomena that can be perceived, even then it is, in my sense, an implication of duality. To say that,
Okay, so what's the problem with duality?
so the problem with duality is that I am rejecting an aspect of myself.
Duality is rejecting it, or non-duality is rejecting it.
Rejection here, I mean in the terms that by calling myself as only a witness of the phenomena, I am saying that the manifestation, which is also a form of consciousness, is not me. So you see there is a separation here.
Yes. So I've heard this question many times, and also from you many times. So, isn't it? So it is important to come to this recognition, you see, because what happens is that very quick when we come here, we start saying, but this is duality. We've been one pointed in the sense that we believed ourselves to be a functioning of this manifestation, or just an object within this manifestation. That is the paradigm we are trying to look at, and to see what is it that you're predominantly, even when the dream is on, the dream is a projection of your consciousness. But primarily, what are you? Are you the dream character within the dream primarily, or are you the witness of the dream? You see? So once you recognize your primary position, then all that seems secondary will also be included in this. And every day we say, isn't it, that consciousness is also made up of only this awareness alone. You see? But it is important to come to this recognition. Is this recognition clear for you? That I am this awareness primarily. Huh?
In my experience, I cannot, like, you would again say that I have heard many times from you. So, but for
No,
me,
but
like,
just very
unless and until it's
specifically.
clear, I will ask again and again. Maybe if it's 100 time, I will ask again.
So very specifically, is it not clear for you that you are this awareness?
So right now, if I check what I call consciousness, and like to be conscious of some experience, the light of consciousness, which enables.
Okay, so leave consciousness for a minute. Who is witnessing this light of consciousness?
So that's what I wanted to say, is that it happens to be a simultaneous phenomenon.
Yes, I know it's simultaneous, but who is witnessing it? How are you able to report on the light of consciousness? Just conceptually, or you are the witness of it, or you've seen it really?
There is an awareness of.
Yes. And if I was to say that that witness is not you, it is somebody else, would you agree with that? It is Devi that is seeing that consciousness and she is reporting it to you. No. Then who is the witness? It's not you?
I can't find any witness.
Okay. You say that all of this in your experience is a functioning of the light of consciousness. From your experience, you said. Yes. So is it not your experience is all I'm asking? It is your experience. So therefore you must have seen this, isn't it? That all of this is happening through the light of consciousness. What do you mean by experience?
Experience means that which can be tested.
Yes. So this is your direct experience that the light of consciousness is not all this manifest phenomena is made up of this light of consciousness. And would you say you are aware of it or not aware of it?
Of course, there is an awareness of.
Okay. Now, that which you call the awareness of it and the light of consciousness itself, would you say that qualitatively there is no distinction between them? What is the difference between awareness being self-aware, awareness of itself, like sleep state, and awareness of this light of consciousness that you say? Are these two terms the same?
This much I am sure that they are inseparable.
Inseparable is different from qualitatively being the same. If they were qualitatively the same, then the term inseparable also would not apply, you see. Isn't it? So already when we say something is inseparable from other, already that qualitative differentiation is there, isn't it? So nowhere have we said that they are separate or they are two. Many times I have said that it is I which is am. It is not another am which is appearing. It is only I am. You see? So what to be purely Advaita, then what do we have to do? Either we have to deny the light of this consciousness appearing, because only awareness is. Then we can say there is no light of consciousness, there is no realm, I'm not in satsang, there is no body, there is nothing. You see? That will be purely Advaita, no? There is no functioning of this phenomenal manifest creation. There is just awareness. You see? So that, from the ultimate perspective, is the truest thing you can say. That nothing has really happened.
Father, this I have to say that whenever the identification drops, then the experience that I have is kind of not dual, non-dual.
Mm.
So these distinctions kind of doesn't apply here.
Yeah. So when the identification drops, the world drops. That's it. So isn't there the awareness of the world? See, awareness will not drop. That much we are clear about, isn't it? So what does it mean when the identification drops and for there to be no qualitative differentiation? That would mean that there is only awareness, therefore the appearance of consciousness would not be there. It still appears, no?
The consciousness is here, the awareness is also here, but it seems like there is only one.
Yes. It is I am, and we'll get there, but you're with me so far, no? That even when there is no identification, there is no ego, the appearance of this realm apparently continues, isn't it? You see? So who is the witness of this realm? That same awareness. How are you able to say this realm appears? You must be aware of it, no? Yes. Now, what is your primary position? Is it your primary position as the phenomenal construct of this universe, or is your primary position as that which witnesses this universe? What is most, we have to use words, so what is most intimate?
It seems that this appearance seems to be moving always,
Yes.
but this remains here.
Yes.
So which is always here with me must be more intimate to me.
Yes. Exactly. That which doesn't come and go. You see? And can you find any distinction between this awareness and I? Huh?
There is no I.
There is no I? Is there no I? There is no I. Then how you know the world exists? You know this or no? Known by who? You say it is my experience that this light of consciousness emerges. So who is this experiencer? Right now, who is aware of the carpet or this body sitting in front of you?
It feels like it's just kind of one space in which everything is appearing.
Who is aware of this space? When you say, okay, awareness is here, who is aware of awareness? Where are you reporting this from? Is it not from your direct experience? So I've been emphasizing this point for the last few weeks. You see, who is aware of awareness? And you say there is no I. Because we have used I for so long to designate the ego or the person identity, that is why we feel like that is the only I. But the sage has said, you are the solitary witness. Therefore, I must be the solitary witness. Can we validate this?
It's like everything, whatever is seen is witnessed here.
Yes.
So this statement that I am the solitary witness sounds true.
It's really, really very important. And that's why I've been emphasizing this over and over, because many times in satsang I'm finding that we are coming to this recognition of awareness, but it is not seeming like it is a self-recognition. It is like I made a discovery, I've been saying, isn't it? Like I'm an explorer and I came to this strange land of awareness. You see? But we're not recognizing that it is I. My primary nature, my primary truth is that I am awareness. You see? And as long as we are creating this dichotomy, that is still dual, you see. If we say that awareness is still here, but it is not I, then that is duality.
Can I also say something?
But this one is clear.
It's related with this one.
But this point is it clear that when you come to the discovery of awareness, when you say there seems to be an awareness even of consciousness, these are very deep, beautiful words. You see. So let's immerse ourselves in the gravity of these words. There is awareness even of consciousness here. Now this awareness, is it not you? How are you able to report that this awareness is here? From which position are you seeing this?
To clarify more on this awareness, that whether I am clear or I am imagining something or just believing on what master is saying.
Yes.
So if I try to look at what is it that is called as awareness, so it seems like in the experience, whatever is experienced is all one appearance, and inside, outside, everything seems to be kind of one being. Or
Let's go slowly. So everything that is appearing in this realm is one, because unless we label it as separate, there is no separation. You see? So this perceiving that is happening in the presence of being, you see, you are aware of it, no?
so this outer perceiving and this inner perceiving seems to be one space.
Okay. So if we don't apply it to sight and we apply it to taste, you see, so you taste a fruit, you see, this fruit is tasted, it is perceived through the sense of tasting. You are aware of that tasting, isn't it?
Yes, there is an experience happening of taste.
Yes. So what is the distinction between the phenomenal perceiving through the sense of sight versus the phenomenal perceiving through the sense of taste?
So it seems like when I really try to look at how this taste is being experienced,
Yes.
it feels like there is a kind of void, kind of emptiness in that experience. And when I try to go deeper, that who is aware of that, as you point out,
Yes.
that even ask that who is aware of that.
Come here. Come here for a second. What do you want? Bring it here. He's baked a cake and wants to show it to me. He's saying, can you come?
Yes, so just like with testing with any experience, if I really try to look at it, then I find that it's kind of void, emptiness. But if I try to follow that,
Yeah.
who is aware of even this, and I find that like there is something which feels like
Very nice. Wow, very good.
so there is something which feels like it is prior to the sense of being conscious, like
Yes, exactly.
like the term conscious or unconscious.
Yes.
It is even prior to that.
Yeah.
And so like
Shall we do an experiment? Do you perceive this flower? Now, close your eyes. Do you perceive this flower? Okay, you perceive that imagination. Is it exactly like this flower? No, it's different. So the perception changed, or that which was being perceived changed. You see, but that awareness did that also change? So the content of perception changed. You see? But that which is aware of even this perception, did that change? You see? So this is fundamentally asking whether you changed with the content of your perception.
I am not even clear that should I call this being as myself or the one which is as that myself.
That sounds very dual to me. There is one being and then there is one witnessing it.
Yes, so that's what I was saying, that no distinctions applies here. Apply here. Okay, I'm sorry. I just distracted you.
No, it's okay. This, you see, there come. I think we've had this conversation. There comes a point where we can say that there is only awareness. Nothing has ever really happened. The greatest sages have said this. You see, so I'm not doubting the veracity of what you're saying. You see, but it is my feeling that this world still holds some meaning, some reality for you. So that's why I'm suggesting that don't be too quick to say nothing has ever really happened. You see, because if it is true, then you would not be seeking anything at all.
Well, can we be more clear about what this awareness is?
Yes, very good.
So,
Very.
Really quickly, sorry to interrupt, but with the flower.
Yeah.
So then the eyes closed, the perceptions changed.
Yes.
The witnessing of the perception hasn't changed.
Yes.
And the awareness of the witnessing of the perception also hasn't changed.
The perception itself is the phenomenal witnessing. You see, the power to perceive has not gone anywhere. It is perceiving different things, that which I call internal objects instead of external objects. You see, or it might be perceiving a dark space, a blank space. You see, so this perceiving, this power to perceive, that is not changed. But that which is aware even of this perceiving, you see, that obviously remains completely untouched.
It's that sometimes you say that the power of witnessing
Yes.
belongs to consciousness.
Yeah. No, because okay, that
And
is where
I
the
get
confusion
confused
can
because then
come.
it feels like there's perception
Yes.
and
Yes.
witnessing of
Yes.
perception
Yes.
and awareness.
So that's why usually I try to put the word phenomenal perceiving or phenomenal witnessing as that which belongs to consciousness. You see? So that means taste, hearing, smell, touch, and sight mostly. And also the seeming internal perceiving of memory, imagination, thought, sensation, pain.
So
all of
it's
this.
like, say, the taste of something,
Yeah.
the sensation of that taste
Yes.
is not separate from the witnessing of the sensation of the taste.
Yes. Which means that it is part of one play of consciousness.
Yeah.
This is what I refer to as consciousness. That's why I say phenomenal perceiving or phenomenal witnessing. And then when I'm talking about that which is the primal witness, like I use the word primal witness or the primal witnessing, then we are talking about that which is even the witness of this, that which is aware even of this power of perception. Which we cannot define, no space, you see, nothing is, no attributes. It is just aware.
Aware of every appearance.
Yes.
Which is like the, yeah. It just something feels like at this point of kind of crossing over between the perceptions, which are all tangible,
Yes.
and then the awareness.
Yes.
Something is either trying to mentally make a map of it,
Yes.
or
Yes. That's why that discovery
Or just
that we were doing
rejecting it
about it being linked with attention. The functioning of perception is dependent on our attention,
Yeah.
but the functioning of awareness is not. Awareness is just aware, irrespective of whether there is attention or not. But phenomenal perceiving only happens through the functioning of attention, reporting to being in some sense, you can say.
So when you say reporting to being, this is where I get confused, because it feels like if it's reporting to being, then being is the one watching, witnessing.
Yeah. So that is what I call the phenomenal perceiving. So that's why I'm saying if you take it away from sight and move it to taste, it becomes simpler. You see? So you're tasting it, you see? Tasting something. Who is tasting this? You'll find that it's all sensation within your
There's
sense of being.
There's no
isn't it?
taster. It's like the object that's being tasted, and the taste and the tasting
Yes.
are all a single function.
Yes, a single functioning.
Which happens within the field of attention.
Okay, and that which is aware of it is where?
It just feels like that which is aware of it is the light by which it is basically,
Yes.
but it's not like, it doesn't feel like a witnessing in a way. Like,
Yes. And that, what is that which is aware of the light?
well, the light isn't aware of the light as such. The light is aware of the experience or something which is illuminated. It's like a mirror.
Yes. But what is aware of the light?
I am.
Yes. And this I, is it subject to including your attention? Is it dependent on anything at all? Whether the light was there, whether it is not there, whether it is waking, sleep, or dreaming, anything, is that touched?
I know this is just the mind speaking, but I just feel like this, I come to this point and it just feels like just as I'm about to recognize and admit that I am that
Yeah.
beyond even the phenomenon. I just, it's like attention comes back into phenomena and into like, you know, everybody's waiting, or some kind of like meditation or something like this, and
Yes.
I feel like this a pressure basically to get it or something.
Yes. Yes.
And it's
Okay, so that's why some of these tools are then useful, isn't it? So we said, can you stop being?
well, I can
As in right now.
no.
And who is aware of this being that cannot be stopped?
I am.
What does this I look like?
It doesn't look like anything.
And yet it is I, isn't it?
So when we get to this stage where there's I am aware of this being,
Yes.
and then the question comes, who is aware of this awareness?
Yes.
Or who is aware of this light?
Yes. No, it's
Well,
two different questions, no?
when
Because who is aware of the being is the same as who is aware of this light. You see? But when we say who is aware of awareness, we're not even referring to any beingness. We're just referring to this awareness. What is its relationship with I? Where are you in this? When you say awareness is aware of being, what is your position in this play? So the question, who is aware of awareness, is meant to clarify your position with reference to awareness.
it just feels like I can say that I am aware of being,
Yes.
but I can't say with integrity that I feel like I am aware of awareness. I feel like awareness just is.
Yes.
And it's aware
But
of.
if you were not aware
it's
of
not aware of
awareness,
itself.
if you were not aware of awareness, how would you even be able to say that awareness just is?
Because I'm aware of being.
But being is appearing and disappearing, waking state, sleep state. And then? So you are aware of being and you say awareness just is. But to even say awareness just is, you have to be aware of itself.
Am I looking for awareness as an object still?
You have to tell me. You will not find it as an
Like
object.
I'm aware of being. Oh, I'm also aware of awareness. There it is.
Yes.
Is that
It
what's
cannot. It is not. It is not meant to be like that. What makes you say yes to the question, are you aware now?
Because without even thinking about it or even contemplating it or even necessarily looking,
Yes.
it's just, yes, I'm aware.
Yes. And yet it is not conceptual. You see? It's not like
No.
you answering the question, is the world round or flat?
No.
You see? So it's completely clear, I am aware. And yet there was no phenomena required to be seen for that conclusion, isn't it? The I that is aware, does it look like something?
No.
Does it even have the sense of existence? That which gives light to this waking state.
No. I want to say it's just a potential. Like it doesn't. It's never taken a shape.
Yes.
But all shapes, everything. And obviously to contemplate, to ask the question, like, who is aware of awareness, or are you aware now, requires the waking state. And then in the waking state, there's still some identification with objects.
Yes.
There's still some objects which unconsciously I just take to be me. And so maybe you see, even saying all this is ridiculous because it's just in the beingness. And
so the reporting must happen within this realm of existence, you see. But we are not talking about the reporting, we are talking about that which can say that yes, there was sleep, there is waking, there was dream, you see. So we are even aware of states where no sense of being was or consciousness was. In fact, that is the distinction between keeping our eyes closed and suppose all the senses were to drop off one after the other, there would still be a distinction between this waking state and the sleep state, isn't it? Because there still be a sense that I exist. So that's what we were talking about Turiya the other day. So these meditative states where it can seem like the entire world dissolves, yet there is a difference between this meditative state and sleep, because the sense of existence can still remain. It might be a very thin strand, but it still is there. So if you pick up a sense of effort about it, you see, like it seems like you're doing that a bit now. Like I'm trying to really get this hard, you know. So that will only seem to get in the way. It's actually much lighter than that. It's just easy. You see? You're aware right now. You just are. You see, even before you can pick up a concept or an idea or that something has to be done and I must come to the recognition, are you not aware? You're aware. So, and only this awareness is aware of itself. You can check and see that this awareness is just self-aware, isn't it? Is there some effort required to be aware?
nothing else could be aware of awareness.
Yes.
Because we left behind separation or anything like that.
So, if it was true that only awareness could be aware of itself, which is true, but just to play with you a bit, then what happened to it? Did it forget it was awareness?
No, the whole forgetting and remembering is just a play within consciousness.
Within consciousness. So, did it forget to recognize itself as awareness? So, when we're talking about the recognition now, whose recognition are we saying? There's a light outside.
Awareness doesn't recognize anything.
Yeah.
Like the recognition is consciousness.
That's why this very primal recognition is this being recognizing its own source.
Yeah.
And in this, it seemed like what Azhar was saying earlier, right here, right now, it is seen that being is actually not distinct from awareness. But we cannot just approach it conceptually because we have an idea about Advaita. It must be from here when we check and we see that what am I truly? Who is coming to this recognition? What am I truly? So it is awareness playing as being, which is recognizing its own self as awareness. And that is the end of even this seeming duality between I and I am, I and its existence.
Yeah, and like
Right?
it feels right now like there's a big, this is really strange big thing to say, but it feels like there's a big detachment where Adam's speaking and Adam's saying, I don't get it, or I do get it, and I can see and I can't see, and it's this and it's that. And at the same time, what you've just pointed to, which is more intimately I,
Yes.
is just
You can even watch the play of the seeker or the play of Adam, you see, with that which is fundamentally aware of even this sense of being. Even to say untouched would be to go too far, isn't it? Because even the concept of touch does not apply to it. Now, why I have to stress on these points over and over is because I've seen often that things like this are being confused. There are two big confusions which are happening today. One is that we are confusing that functioning of consciousness, this phenomenal perceiving, as awareness itself, which is also what it is made up of. But it is not just the phenomenal perceiving which is awareness. You see? That which is aware even of the phenomenal perceiving is what we are. So this is the first big confusion that I find, that many are saying that just the sense of sight or just the sense of experience, that is awareness. You see? But it is not. There is awareness even of this functioning of being. You see? So you can check, you can use experiments to see whether how this phenomenal perceiving or experiencing depends on our attention. But that which is aware of this play of phenomenal perceiving is untouched even by attention. And the second major confusion is that even when moments of recognition are happening of awareness, we are quick to label them as, yes, that is awareness. It is that awareness, you see, that awareness. You see, but it is not that. You see, in fact, sometimes I feel like saying we must not say I am that. It is the I which is prior to anything I am. You see, which the that actually implies. So it's a, what is it called in programming? Self-pointing pointer. You see, if a pointer is pointing to itself, you see, so I am that actually is points back to the I directly. The that points back to the I. You see? So when we label it as that, then again a dichotomy comes into play, that I have come to the discovery of awareness and subtly saying, so how does it help me exactly? Or what has happened to me? Am I enlightened now? You see, it can play like that. You see, I don't know whether anybody is getting what I'm saying. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay. Huh? What I'm saying is, just one thing, because she said no. When I say, are you aware now? Then we see that awareness is here. You see? And many times, because it was recognized in this moment that awareness was there, the mind is quick to come in and say, yes, yes, I saw awareness. It was here. You see? And then there's still a sense of this me, which had the experience of awareness, instead of clearly seeing that I itself is that awareness. You see, that's why the purpose of the question, who is aware even of this awareness, has been given to you, so that we check on this and we see that it is I which is not distinct from awareness itself. You see, so awareness aware of itself is I. because that is very important to it's very important to reconcile, because I see many reports where I hear like this, that I have experienced awareness, you see, but my life is still full of suffering. I have experienced this recognition of awareness, but how does it really help me? Would you say that I'm enlightened now? You see, but if you find that I is this awareness, then all these questions would not be valid anymore, you see, because none of this applies to awareness. So once you find out that our primary, like Guruji says, the I is like a chameleon identity. It can be applied to the person. He even says, even the devil says I, God says I, but the absolute is also I. You see? So this is like a pointer which can point to that which is, imagine the pretend I and also the reality of who we are. Because if it is not I, then what is all of this about? You see, if the truth was not I, then what's the point actually? Yeah. Then it's like a fancy amusement park. You're looking very troubled. It's like we go to a fancy amusement park and we have this experience of a great ride. We enter this room where there's nothing, there's no up, no down, no left, no right, no attributes, nothing. You see, no black, no white, just nothing. You see, and then we say, wow, that was quite a ride. You know, it is worth all this effort of satsang and inquiry to experience this ride. But it's not just about that ride. It is to see that I am that. You see, I am that. Say, you were saying?
I wanted to share one more thing, is that like I've been constantly checking inside that what's my state of being, and I realized that there is a constant state of effort.
Ah.
And I feel that if I let go this torch that I am always focusing on mind,
Ah.
then like the identification like is there already there, and if I inquire over one identity, then by the time I am over that identity, another identity is taken hold of me. So it's like I have to keep a torch in my hand, focusing on the mind.
Yes.
And if I let go, then again I'm a person. So, and I have heard from the seekers from the Muji Sangha that after realizing oneself as the awareness, it is seen that it is an effortless state. But for me, it's always an effort to be free from the identity. So,
In fact, this report reminds me of a few years ago here. Actually, many times I feel like you are asking the questions which I had very strongly. You know, so that is why it is important to know that freedom cannot be this sort of constricted state. You see, that's why very often I've tried to clarify this idea of vigilance also, because we can feel like vigilance is this constant fearful state where I'm vigilant. Where is the ego coming? When is the attack coming from the thought? You see, it is not like that. It is a much more restful state where it's a simple allowing even of thoughts to come and go. You see? So as you let go of the effort, you see, you will also find that it was very effortful to put our belief in thoughts. So when you let go of effort, then let go of even this effort to give your belief in thoughts, and you allow everything to just come and go. Nothing will leave you. You will not lose any spiritual progress. You will not lose anything, because we can feel like, okay, now if I let go of how far I've come, I'll go just rolling down the hill, you see, and become a full-fledged person or something. It's not like this. You cannot become a person if you're allowing your thoughts to just come and go. You can never actually become a person, firstly. You see, that is important.
as I said, that if I do not exercise my power of attention, then like I'm already a person. I feel like that.
Okay, let's do this now. Don't worry, if you become a person, we'll save you. Do this. Let go of your attention completely.
So right now there is a help from you, so it's easier.
Okay, so at least in satsang, can we start like that? At least in satsang, let go of all your effort and your attention. Just leave it. You see, freedom is this. This is the introduction to your naturalness. Otherwise, it's very heavy seeming state. No, trying to keep up our attention only on something in particular, trying to be vigilant in that way is not what the sage was pointing to. It is saying that if there is something getting picked up, if there's the juice of some suffering being experienced, at that point, know that something has been believed. Then don't try to push it away conceptually. You see, be vigilant to these beliefs. Be vigilant to the wrong idea about yourself. So now are you able to ease up your attention a little bit?
Right now, I feel like it's easier to keep my attention on I am, like
Yes.
beingness.
Yes. Don't feel like you have to keep it somewhere. If it naturally goes to being, let it go there. If it naturally wants to go here and there, let it go there. At least in satsang. Because this trying to control our attention is also very much part of the seeker identity in some way. Are you able to let go?
It seems like naturally attention is already in
Yeah.
I amness.
Yeah. Let it just flow naturally where it feels like. You see, one tip I have for you is that you just relax your forehead. Yeah, then you'll find that I sometimes suggest this and people are like, oh, that's the tip you have for me. I was expecting some deep Advaita question. You see, because sometimes it can be as simple as that. Relax your forehead and your face, and you'll find that automatically the attitude becomes that of allowing. Some things are very simple. You see this already? Oh no. Just relax your face, your forehead. You find that everything becomes a lot more less resistive, more allowing. At least that's the experience here.
Father, also it seems like when there is an energetic support from you or from any
Yeah.
grace in whatever form, then it's very, very easy and naturally. And when I am like blocked or kind of very bad energetic state, then mind is very, very loud and noisy and very powerful. And so like there is like motivation comes again and again to work on energy also. So is it enough to like follow? I'm sorry,
No, it is enough. So at least that's what I'm saying. When you come to satsang, just allow yourself to let go. Don't try to hold up your something, some progress or something, trying to get something. You must let go.
Father,
It's gone? Yeah.
I'm spoken too much.
Yeah.
Father, Father,
Okay, we did one verse, half a verse.
Father,
What's happening in the chats? Oh, switching over already. 1 hour is done. Okay.
Father, Father,
She was asking.
So here, when this discussion happens, especially the part where the being is witnessing and you're aware of that, so something is not able to look at it very precisely,
Yes.
and or something here finds it easier to look at it like this, self-aware being.
Mhm. Yes. And self-aware being, and then all the forces that come along with the birth of being, isn't it? And what are they? Attention, belief, all these phenomenal forces, and that which we call the phenomenal perceiving is also a function of this attention, isn't it? Look at that; it's important.
Yeah, attention.
Don't
We were
rush.
the other day also we were trying
Yeah,
to discuss. So
yeah.
attention, if you could elaborate, and little
Yes.
slow.
Yes. No, you're not. That's good. He's saying, could you elaborate on attention because I'm a little slow. He's underplaying himself. When we say bring your attention to your breath, for example, you see, then it feels like something is moving to the flow of my breath, isn't it? Now, we cannot conclusively claim that actually it is attention that moved, but we can say at least the content which was being perceived has changed in the seeming direction of this attention. With me so far, isn't it? So we cannot conclusively say that it is attention moving or the content changing. You see? So when you're watching like a movie, so the scene of the movie is changing. You see? But if what happens in this movie is that the scene changes, but there is this sense of the attention which moved, isn't it? So when I say bring your attention inside or bring your attention to your thoughts, it can seem like there's this power which is moving. So we don't have to worry about the next question right now, which is whether attention is moving or the content is moving and making it feel like attention is moving. As long as there's this sense that we're able to see that there is this attention which seems to be able to bring objects or bring perceptions back to me. So when I say now keep your attention on this body of Ananta that you're seeing outside, and also bring your attention to your next thought. Tell me what happens. Say in the mic loudly.
Something is not able to do it, or
something not able to find it. You see, now in this trying to place attention in two places at the same time, for those who can even claim to do something like this, you will at least say that both the experiences started to become a bit blurry. You see, even people who are driving cars, many times the road was blurry because I was just caught up in my thought. You see, now that which is aware of this blurriness, you see, remain unchanged through all of this. So we find that although attention seems to be the worldly ambassador for awareness, because like awareness, it has no color, it has no taste, it has no attributes that we can really speak about. But unlike awareness, it does seem to be limited in this way, the blurriness of the perception, because if I had unlimited attention, then I would be able to give attention to every aspect of this universe equally at every moment of time. You see? So all of you could be asking questions at the same time, and there would be enough attention to be able to perceive all of that. But there isn't. You see? But that which is aware of this, did something seem constricted or limited for that one? You see? So that is the distinction. So this awareness is unlimited, untouched, unmoved by anything that happened in the play of this realm, whereas this power of attention seems to be not so stretchable. It seems to be very constricted in a way. So, and what we started with was to say that which we call the phenomenal perceiving is very much dependent on the attention, isn't it? You see, but that which is aware of the phenomenal perceiving is independent of it. You see, then at one point you will ask this, you can ask this question, but isn't this phenomenal perceiving also made up of awareness? Yes, it is, because everything is. And yet there is a qualitative difference. You see, in Satsang, we are just talking about the qualitative differences so that you can come to the clear recognition for yourself. You see?
So
yes.
there's this confusion.
Yeah.
Is there a phenomenal perceiving or phenomena in the waking state?
Yes.
Waking state is where something happens.
Yeah.
And whatever happens is known by awareness.
Yes.
So I mean, you're aware of perceiving.
Yes.
That part.
Again, no, that's
So
exactly. Yeah.
The happening of any kind of experience, taste,
Yes.
sound,
Yes. Yes.
in itself, are you calling that itself perceiving, the just because?
Yes. The happening of the taste is the perceiving of the taste, and the awareness of that remains unconcerned with taste or no taste. This realm is the realm of the seeming happening. Everything is a happening. So for those who are still confused with what I refer to as the phenomenal perceiving versus the problem. Oh, they're speaking? Okay, we'll try again in a minute. I was saying that if you're still confused about that which I call the phenomenal perceiving as a functioning of this consciousness itself versus that which is aware even of consciousness and therefore aware of the phenomenal perceiving, focus on your attention. See how the functioning of attention works. Experiment with it, play with it, and then you will find that there's this like an energy force called attention, but that which is aware even of attention remains unconcerned, untouched by the play of this attention, but that which we call the phenomenal perceiving seems very much subject to this play of this attention.
And I mean, why do we say that we can't say for sure that attention is there, or is it just a change in the experience? Because
no, I was saying that we cannot say for sure whether attention is moving
attention,
or whether the scene is moving. You see, so when I say bring your attention to your breath, the scenery might change. You might close your eyes, so the scene changed. So is it that the content of the screen changed, or actually attention moved within this realm of time and space? You see, for me, I remember Amba and I were once talking about this, and she brought this point up first, and it was very beautiful to look at it this way. Can we conclusively say that I moved my attention here and there? You see, it seemed like in the play, the scenery changed. So we cannot conclusively say, but it does feel like, it does seem like, yes.
in the visual realm also.
Yes.
In the visual realm also, we were discussing what is this. So I can relax here and looking through these eyes in this experience. We can relax back, or we could zoom in on a particular object within the visual realm. So is this also the attention?
Yes, that's what we call the attention, isn't it? So even here what we're saying is that we don't know whether the scenery of the screen changed. I mean, the scene that is playing on the screen changed, where there was an apple on a table and suddenly the camera was just on the apple. You see? So is it that you started looking somewhere else? No, you're looking at the same screen, but it is that which seemed to have something got focused in. That's a distinction. Okay, so what's going on in the chat?
Father, allow me to ask one question in this.
We are going to do only one paragraph today. Okay, quick question. Quick.
This awareness, it seems like, is aware of the phenomenal minuscule happening, but also the overall awareness of the whole realm itself. Like I'm looking at, I'm
see the last part again. Aware of the minuscule happening, phenomenal, and aware of
the whole realm itself.
Yes. That's exactly what this paragraph was saying. No, you're saying that you are the solitary witness of all that is. Not just an aspect of that is, you are the witness of all that is.
So the awareness in that sense doesn't really know whether the I is M, or within the I am, whether it is I am something. It is the same thing. No, I mean, why the awareness why the I am has to recognize itself, or rather the I within I am has to recognize itself as I. What is the difference between this
Yes.
or
No.
any small experience within the I am? Because
Yes.
it is just like a macro and micro, kind of a thing.
Yes.
Uh, I'm just looking at the particle of the sand, and I can get realized.
Yes. Yes. So you were there when we were talking to Adam about this exact same thing. Where we were saying that why why do we need the recognition? You see? If awareness cannot truly forget itself, and it did not even forget recognizing itself, awareness is always self-aware. You see, then what is this recognition for? You see, we talked about that, isn't it?
Yeah, uh, you said that it is the awareness basically playing as consciousness, through the consciousness finds itself. While this is a jolt to me now, because so far my impression was that it is the I as the I am tries to find its father. But now you
Yeah.
are saying the father through the son basically finds itself.
Okay. So there is no distance between the two things that you said. The son is always the son of the father only. So we only said that. Oh, are you saying that I said awareness is trying to find itself through its son? No, I did not say that.
Yeah, that is what you said. That is what you said.
Maybe you need
That
to
is
look
what,
again, and if I
yeah,
have said that, that is not what was implied.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I in fact remember saying just the contrary, which is that if awareness cannot forget itself, it cannot fail to recognize itself, then this recognition must be for who? It must only be for the consciousness, which is playing and was playing as if it is a separate entity, and now it is playing this game of self-recognition. So comes to the recognition of its source. So
Yes. After that, you said one more sentence.
okay. So we can delete that from the editing team. Can delete that one thing.
Yeah, yeah. Because I got confused, because let us say
No, I
awareness
got the,
has
I
to
got
know itself.
the I got the confusion. It can be very confusing if you feel like that, because if awareness was able to forget itself, then we would be in trouble. Then
That
nothing
is
would be valid anymore. We could not say anything is the truth. Then, yes.
yes, Father. That's why I came up. That is why I came
Okay.
up.
Thank you.
So it is,
Thank
Father. We are
Father,
so.
Father,
you. Yes, my dear. Come. I can only see your hair.
okay, here. Okay. Am I visible, Father?
A little more
Hello.
down, little more, because the photos are covering your. Now I can see.
Okay. Okay, Father, for the self to really reveal itself, it's important for the all the identities to dissolve. But the seeker identity is never at rest.
Right now,
Father, it's never at rest, Father, and
right now,
any effort.
but right now, I always want to bring you to the now, you see, because I see it completely at rest right now.
Father, but later on, like whenever an effort is made by the
This
seeker
later on is
identity,
the not thing. You see what I'm saying? This impulse to go to what will happen later on is the refusal to rest. No? If we want to sort out the future, that is our refusal to rest now. You start every moment at complete rest, then you decide to play. You validate this for me and tell me if it's true or not. He looks so disappointed. Okay, I'll give you another answer. Ask me again.
Father, it becomes very frustrating for the seeker identity then. It makes all the efforts and then the efforts are all futile.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes. Imagine if the seeker identity started feeling good about itself, it would never leave you.
yeah.
It has to be frustrated and burned
Father,
terribly.
when and how would it leave, Father?
When you decide to stop playing with it. Do you see what I'm saying? Or it just seems it's not clear what I mean by when you decide to play with it or not to
Yeah,
play with it.
please. Not clear.
Okay. Now, right now, right now, you are no identity. You are no identity right now. Now, if I was to say play as the seeker, what do you have to do to play as it? Play as the seeker.
Start making efforts.
Exactly. So don't. How will you make effort? Let's go very slowly. Now you are nothing right now, no thing. You are empty space. Now you want to play as if you are the seeker. Tell me what are the steps you will take to make the effort to play as the seeker? It's seeming like it's more difficult to play as a seeker than to remain empty. Once you see that it is more effort to play as an identity than to just remain empty, then you are the sage. Yes.
Father, why doesn't it happen?
Why
Why does
doesn't
it take so much of time, Father? I mean, it's a long wait, Father.
before these thoughts of it being a long wait, you were already free, no?
I didn't
Okay,
get you, Father.
how will you define that the wait is over? What should happen to you? Just keep
The
your
me
camera
should
back where you started. It started slipping down again. What would it mean for it to be over? What should happen?
the me should drop.
Ah, now, before you pick up the me, it was already dropped. If this switch, you see, I can save you lifetimes of sadhana if I can just explain this simple thing to you, that the me dies every moment. We have to pick it up. Otherwise, we'll keep trying to kill the me for lifetime after lifetime. You see? So you please listen now. The me is not here right now unless you decide to play with your next thought. This is the best news. You are free now. But
Father,
your
it doesn't
power.
happen that way, Father.
Yeah, but before you picked up, it doesn't happen that way. Were you free or no?
Father, I feel I was never free.
Okay. Just make it in complete super slow motion, okay? And tell me exactly what happens. I say you are free now.
Yeah,
Tell me exactly what is happening to you.
nothing.
Nothing?
Thoughts are coming in and going.
Okay, let them come and go. Did they disrupt your freedom?
They are bothering me.
Take the one that is bothering you the most. Are you able to expose that one?
Yeah.
Okay, say what it is.
Okay. It's my son is not studying.
My son is not studying. You see? Now find the mother. So those thoughts which bother us the most, and the parent identity can be the strongest one. And I also gave you the license to keep this one actually, but you refuse to keep it. So let's work at work at dissolving even this one. So where is the mother? Who is the mother?
I am the mother.
Every cell of this body changes every few years. So the body which gave birth to that other body is no longer that body. This body is completely changed. So who is the mother? And the baby that was born, every cell in his body now is different from that baby that was born. You see? So that mother, that body of the mother and that body of the son are both not there. Every single cell is different. So who is the mother?
It's never there.
Mother is never there. Then the concern of the mother is there. You see, and who is selling you that concern? Besides the mind, anything selling you this concern? Okay, so we cannot find this one. Just one second, I'll come. So we cannot find this one. We cannot find that mother. Okay, so let me ask you another question now. Who is making your heart beat?
It's beating on its own.
Beating on its own. Who is making this tiny ball that we call the earth go around the sun?
Just happening.
It's happening. All this gravity, light, sound, all of this. Who is doing all of this?
It's happening.
This entire realm, your sight is functioning, your senses are functioning, all of this is functioning. This realm is seems to be here and moving on its own with these laws of gravity, electricity. You're seeing this on a computer, technology is functioning. You see? So who's making all of this function? What gives light to all of this?
It's just happening.
It's just happening. So all of this can happen. The entire universe can run with trillions of planets, and billions of beings on this planet can be there. But your son's life, the non-existent mother has to take care of. Is that it? Can even that non-existent mother take your next breath for you? That mother we cannot find. That which is here, just this presence, this entire functioning of this universe is happening on its own. But we feel like we have to rely on this identity to not only run our life, but to run the lives of our children also.
So everything is just happening. I don't have a role to play in anything.
But you can't even find this I, no? If you found this I,
Yeah.
then I could tell you the role that I had, but at least produce the witness in the witness box. If that I doesn't exist at all, what role can it have?
Father, who is this who's speaking?
Who is that is here? That this is just consciousness speaking to consciousness. Only consciousness is. And consciousness is not personal. But consciousness has the power to pretend as if it is a person. How does it pretend as if it is a person? That it is to identify with the thoughts. How does it identify with the thoughts? By giving them belief. You tell me who is speaking and who is listening, because you can't tell me who is speaking. You can probably tell me who is listening. Who is listening?
I'm listening.
This I looks like what? Who is this I?
The body.
The body. So, and whose body is this? Are you just the body? The other it can be that you're just the body, or this I is the owner of this body. If you were
This
just
I
the
is
body,
the yeah. Yeah.
if you were just the body, why would this body be concerned about any other body? What does this body have to do with your son's body? What does this body care about your son's marks? What does this body care about relationships? What does this body care about the amount of money in the bank? What does this body care about any identity actually? So if it is not this body that cares about the sun's marks, then who is it?
Father, who is it?
Nobody. It is nobody. There is nobody. It is just a belief. Who is it? Consciousness pretending as if it is a person who has a son, who has a life story, who is attached to particular outcomes. You see? It is just a big pretense. It is just a big leela. And coming to satsang, we are breaking off from this leela. Not that the leela will stop. The leela can continue. But our potential to suffer will become so much more difficult. You will feel like you lose the ability to suffer, because to pick up your thoughts will seem like it is so much effort. But you stay with that question, who is it that is concerned about something? And even logic or science would say that till you find the existence of such a thing, don't give it your belief. Because that's how myths are born, you see. So we have this myth that I am a person. But are we able to verify this? If you take a basket of all the things that bother you, and one by one look at who is this Who is bothered by this thing? Who is bothered by this thing? You will not find anybody, because it doesn't exist. It was just an idea. It was just a belief system. Is it possible like this? Could it actually be like this, like I'm saying?
I don't know, Father.
Because you had that expression. It was similar to that, 3 years ago. I just started sharing satsang and I was sitting here and a girl was sitting over there. So I just said, like this, like this, like this, something I said. And she looked back at me and said, "Are you sure?" So you have that "are you sure" expression. But you can check this for yourself. You see? See if this one has any existence, this one that is concerned about things, that is suffering because of these ideas. What is the tangibility of such a one? Where would it be? Would it be sitting inside the body somewhere? Is it outside your body somewhere? Where is this one?
Father, but the one who speaks, I mean, I feel that's me.
Yes, so who is the one that speaks?
The body and the mind, Father.
So who is moving your lips right now to speak? Or who's moving your tongue to talk?
It's just happening.
Just happening. Then, so this entire play like this, like your heart is beating, thoughts are coming and going, your words are coming and going, your actions are coming and going. All of this is one big happening. There is nobody like that who is individually in control of any of this. The mind pretends as if it has some control. But can you tell me what's going to happen exactly 5 minutes later?
No.
We don't even know whether this existence will be around 5 minutes later. In any case, right now there's so much talk of war. If there's a nuclear bomb, USA, if there's a nuclear bombardment, then finish. 2 minutes. We don't even realize we are vaporized. This body is vaporized. Then, so what do we know? What are we trying to control? We don't even know 2 minutes later. We are trying to say, okay, 5 years, 10 years. What will happen in my son's life? Come closer or speak louder? One of just one sec, my dear. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
The mother as egoic identity and the child as egoic identity will exist beyond the body.
Yeah.
So from that point,
okay, let's slow down. Does it actually exist? Before we can say beyond the body, or where beyond the body? Does it exist? At what realm does it exist? Does it exist in the realm of atoms and molecules? Does it exist in the realm of our imagination? Does it exist in the realm of some astral realm? Where does it exist?
Yeah, I think it is the astral, just because of the planetary or whatever, or the antakarana or whatever is causing that, the subtle body.
So it's not here right now.
The subtle body is in me somewhere.
Subtle body is in you. Is this your direct experience right now?
Well, it's hard to say because people have theorized the subtle
So
bodies.
yeah, let's keep the theory aside because it will only lead us down the garden path, down the merry-go-round. Let's focus on what can be directly experienced. So let's say any identity and use the one that applies to you and find out who is subject to this identity. Can you find that one?
Or he evaporates.
This body is just made up of all the food and liquid that we've consumed. Can we really be that?
No, even that egoic identity or the mental feeling,
Yeah.
it kind of disperses the moment you try to go
It
more.
cannot survive the moment. That's what I was telling her. That in this moment, you are free from identity unless you decide to go tug at the tree of conditioning again and pull at a leaf. And how do you pull at a leaf? By believing your thoughts.
But how to exist in this chain of continued momentary living?
Just like this. Right now, you are free. See, this is the whole irony, isn't it? We cannot find this person. All we find is our own sense of existence. So God or the sense of consciousness or existence is so easily found. This person is never found. But our loyalty lies where? With the one that we cannot find. You see, just because it has a very good lawyer. It hired the best lawyer. You see, and this lawyer seems to be inside our heads. Saying, this is what I want, this is what it should be, this is I want freedom, I want relationship, I want money, I want healthy body. See?
More on that about that feeling of existence is
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then there is this person. Explain more on that.
There is no person, I'm saying. When we look
This
for,
person is identity.
yes, and it is mythical. It's just a set of beliefs.
So can we draw this distinction better? Because
Yes.
when we say that, so that feeling of existence is there, and that's me. And then, so who's the person we're talking about?
Exactly. So she says, can you draw the distinction more clearly in 200 words or less? That's a private joke. So, what happens when we look for who I am? We find that there's a sense of existence that is here. And this sense of existence doesn't have anything personal about it. It's just being, just being.
But there is a sense of personal, because in the sense,
How does that sense of personal come? Right now, if you don't think about it, tell me something personal.
no, that's what I'm asking you
Yeah.
to help me.
Yes,
just
that's what we are
better.
doing. So we find that this sense of existence, the presence is undeniable.
True.
Now, this presence is the sense I am. You see?
Yes.
Now, to make it I am something, I am a person, I am a mother, I am a employee. To
No.
make it I am something, I need to nourish it with some thought.
Correct.
You see, prior to I am something, I just am.
Yes. So when you ask that, where are you?
Yes.
Or are you there? So there's that feeling that yes, I am.
Yes.
The location has to be somewhere in the body. When I say somewhere in the sense, because that's
It
the
is.
vehicle.
It can be experienced like that, but it is not a physical experience. Like a surgeon is not finding when he's
Correct.
cutting open the body, he's not finding the I am. No,
Correct.
it can feel like the root of this I am seems to be like like Bhagwan used to say, the heart. You see, that's why he used to call it the heart. Or for some, it can feel like here between the eyes or something like this. Or for some, it can just feel like overall.
Correct.
You see, so this sense is there. Now, if we try and look for the boundaries of this sense, you will find that although it might have felt like it is enclosed by the boundaries of this body, but you will see that actually it is the boundaries of this body which are also experienced within the same sense of being. The question is clear? So we say that the sense of existence or being is also experienced within the body. That's where we started, isn't it?
Right.
Now we are saying yes, it does feel like that, but when we look a little deeper and we see that this sense of existence, is this truly within the body? You see? Or is it that which I'm calling the body, which means it's a bundle of sensations which I'm feeling, which I'm saying that this is the body, whether these sensations are actually enclosed within the same sense of existence? What is actually within what? You see? And then you might come to the seeing that it might have felt like the sky is inside the cloud. But when I start looking for the boundaries of this sense of existence, I find that actually it is the cloud which is this body within the sky which is my being. But don't go too visual into this. This is just meant to help in terms of metaphors. So this sense of existence, can you find some boundary of it? For it to be enclosed within the body, it would have to have a boundary within the body, isn't it? When we say something is within my body, then I have to be able to define the boundaries of that within the body.
I'm not so sure about the word boundary,
Yes.
but definitely in and around the body, but not limitless like that.
So find out where it is not. Already when you say around the body means it is left, I mean it is beyond. So how far beyond?
I can't say.
This is very useful to see. So just we can contemplate this a little deeper, and then we can check that even if you were to leave this sense of being or the space of consciousness aside, that which is aware even of this, where is that one?
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
and there's a recognition of it. Yes, it is there, but where it is,
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yes. And that is the discovery actually. So you don't have to put it down. So to be able to say that it is there, but where I'm not be able to say, can we say that about any other phenomena?
So if even an emotion is a phenomena,
Yeah, you can
so
find.
emotion is it's just I can't say there's a physical location of it or anything.
But it is experienced as a palpitation or some
it's
sense.
experience. That's
experience. So would you say that which is witnessing the sense of being is experienced similar to an emotion?
That is witnessing the experience of being.
That which is awareness, is it also known just like an experience of an emotion is known or seen or perceived like that?
I'm not very sure, but I don't think so.
We can look at this because even any perception, any sensation has an attribute. You see? But this awareness itself is too open, too pure to have any attribute whatsoever, and yet you know of its existence. And that way it is different from any phenomena which is perceived. And yet we know it is there. And that which knows it is there is also that itself. We can validate this. That which knows of awareness, that which is aware of awareness, that which knows of knowingness is also knowingness itself or awareness itself. No?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
It's something very beautiful because we're used to knowing and experiencing phenomena. And when we're coming to the when we're coming to the recognition of the self, it is a non-phenomenal recognition. I cannot say what color it was. I cannot say, is it space? Is it a void? Can we say any of this? I cannot say, was it dark, light? Nothing. You see?
True.
You see? Even with things like emotion, you will say, okay, it felt like this. Some attribute will be there. You see? Like it felt like grief, or it felt like anger, or it felt like joy. You see? But this one doesn't even have that taste, has no taste. You see? You see? That is why to the mind it is so fundamentally frustrating, because the mind can only deal in qualities, you see. I have this quality, okay, it must be bliss or joy. It is not. It's just transparent, you see. Not even transparent, it is more transparent than that. And yet we know of it. It knows of itself. So that is why the question, are you aware now? We are able to say yes, but we didn't see something. We didn't taste something, no phenomenal experience. This is the only thing, we can't call it a thing, but only thing we can say that for. How is it that we are able to say yes? And because it is so innate to us, you see, we don't find it as amazing as we should, because we've always known actually the truth.
But then even that feeling of being
Yes.
did not, the same qualities apply to that as well.
At least for being, we can say there's a sense of presence, existence. You see, when I say, can you stop being? Does it sound the same as I say, are you aware now? Or another way to look at it is, what changed when the waking state came? You see? So, what woke up? So when you say, I woke up at 7 a.m., what woke up? You see? So the sense that I am was not there in sleep. You see? And yet, I must be there to say something was not there in sleep. You see, so the awareness was there, but the sense of existence was not there. The sense of existence came along with this entire play of time and space. And we were able to say, okay, time was 7:30. So that which is aware of all of these changing states, is that itself a state?
Okay. I'm not so sure of what it's saying now, but that awareness, and then there is this that I exist, the sense of being, and then there is every single thing else.
Yes.
Everything else.
Yes.
It's only because it's picked up, or attention goes to it, or we get involved in it, or we get drawn into it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Actually, it's the same. Attention goes to it means it comes to life.
Correct.
You see? So, but just
and if
by
I
the
believe
existence,
in it, I get caught.
Yes. So for identity, the belief is needed. Just by the attention going, we are not identified. You were finished? Say to my
identity and belief. You can have identity from having a feeling or an emotion.
Try to have an identity based on some feeling. Don't believe any thought about it. Don't even label it, and identify with the feeling. You will experience the feeling, but to say that I'm identified with it, needs at least the label. You see?
So where does all my feeling, emotions, empathy, everything arise from?
Where everything comes from, which is consciousness. Even the mind comes from there. Because only that is. We say God is everywhere. Means what? Only that is, no?
But those feelings, emotion, empathies and all look very personalized. So
unless you label them, you will see that they're part of the normal functioning of this existence. Is it? That which is personal only means that I identify with it. Now, it is not possible to identify with something unless you buy a concept about it. What does it mean to say I'm identified with it? Does it mean that I'm experiencing it? No. It is to take it a step further.
So we are trapped inside feelings, emotions and empathies.
What is trapped inside the feeling?
My ego.
You found it? You found the ego? Give me $1,000 there to pay him some prize money. Don't visualize.
So same way I cannot find my mind as well, correct?
You cannot. It doesn't exist. It is just when a thought is there, we call this mind. And there is no thought, we call that no mind.
So by the same logic, why can't we say there is no awareness exists?
Because even to say no awareness exists, who would be aware of that? I can break it down further for you because it's popular. You'll be surprised to know that it's popular also to say something like this, that the no awareness exists. So can you check whether it is possible to say something, or can you check whether these are the only two ways in which we are able to authoritatively say something? We say something because we have a direct experience of it, or we have a concept about it. Besides these two things, is it possible to say something?
Yeah, either you have a concept or a direct experience.
Only from there we can report, no? Isn't it? So if we were to say, okay, let's keep all concepts aside, would we ever be able to say there is no awareness? Then how would we have had the direct experience of this unless we were aware even of this no awareness?
So if I keep all the concepts aside,
then would we ever be able to say there is no awareness? Because that question itself is absurd, isn't it? Or that statement is absurd because what you're really saying is, I am aware that there is no awareness. Or I'm speaking conceptually. Is there a third way?
so awareness is my existence, and these concepts are either my figments of imaginations or things that I've learned
Yes.
and tried to concretize them.
Yes.
as belonging to this phenomenal world. I mean, I feel, experience that there is an awareness,
Yes.
but
What is your position when you experience this awareness? Where are you in relation to this awareness?
I don't exist. I as
Then
that.
how you say that I see awareness or I experience awareness? Did somebody tell you?
Nobody can tell me that
Exactly.
I feel awareness.
Yes. Then, if you don't
So
exist, then who is coming to this understanding that awareness is here?
awareness itself.
Okay, so awareness itself. So is it possible for this awareness not to exist?
No.
Because who would be aware of that? For something to exist or not exist, we say the world disappears in sleep state. But even for that, I need to be there to be able to see this, isn't it? How do we know something is there where the world disappears? Is it just a concept that you have a concept of sleep? Or do you have a direct experience of sleep? Okay, let's look at it this way. If I were to tell you, okay guys, today I'm going to tell you a secret. All this turiya is nothing. You must go for something called super turiya. Okay, super turiya. And there's this thing. So now you have a concept of super turiya. You see? So can you say that you have experienced it? No. You see, but you have the concept. You see? This is different from sleep. When I say sleep, you say, yes, I have experienced it. So sleep is not another concept. Who is that which is aware of even a state called sleep? Okay, Aparna, I typed a question. She said, the point is, the mind, when it wants all those things, is it unreasonable to ask for those? Yes. Why? Because it is it's like a lawyer representing nobody, and it wants all kinds of things. So is the lawyer being unreasonable? Yes. You see, it is the asking for things, this idea of lack, this sense of need, which itself is that which we call the ego or the resistance of what is. Because in what is, there is no lack, there is no need. Therefore, there is no need to ask. Being is just being. Existence is just existing. You see? Now, you'll find that in the functioning day to day, this does not mean that you go to a restaurant and don't ask for food. It's not like that. We're not taking it that far, because we find that in the normal functioning of day to day life, you'll find that intuitively the words will come into your mouth and they will be spoken. We don't need to refer to the false one, the idea that we have about ourselves, to carry on a normal, and you have to say that very regular, peaceful, day-to-day functioning can just happen on its own. There's no need for any doership, any no need for any desire. Then Anil says, he's back. Then Anil says, Father, then who is going to cook dinner? Now he's just fooling with me, you know. This is like one of those पूरी रामायण खत्म हो गई. So सीता किसका बाप था? He's just messing around with me now. Okay. What's the alarm like now? 2 hours. Almost 2.5. Okay. Okay. So Shivani can come. Last question.
Namaste,
Namaste, my dear. The other Shivani looked at me for the first time in Satsang today because I asked for him.
After the last time
Yeah.
that I came up, after a few days, I actually went back to watch the video.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was this one point after which I couldn't move forward.
Yes.
So there was this one point where you said something like, okay, so we drop everything and not all the ideas that has come and everything.
Yeah.
So what are you undeniably?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And after that, I just couldn't move forward. Like, not only just video, but otherwise also.
How do you mean otherwise?
Otherwise, in the sense, just I think that was just that question just kept coming back. It just
Yes.
kept
Yes. Very
like,
good.
like not even like sitting down to inquire or something, but just
Yes.
I'm at the physio and it comes, and I'm typing the email, it comes, or something.
Yes.
The randomest.
Yes. At the most inappropriate of times, the question comes, what are you most undeniably?
Yeah, who are you? The undeniable.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if it's. I didn't feel it was inappropriate at
No,
any
no,
point.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, but there was an element of surprise.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's okay. So do I have answer to that? No.
Nah. But the inquiry is beautiful, no?
Can inquiry be beautiful?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
But the reason I don't know, in the beginning when you were reading the Ashtavakra Gita,
Yes.
and there was this something about that you are the seeing,
Yes.
because this inquiry that kept coming and everything that else that happened, not just like in every possible way, physical life, the phenomenal life,
Yes.
and emotions and sensations and things that I don't even know words for, like what and everything. It was all even perceived is a smaller word to describe.
Yes.
And when you said when that thing came about that you're the seeing and not the seer, it just somehow just. But so I just wanted to, I don't know why, but I just wanted to come out and say that.
It's very
But
good.
I really don't have answer for this.
It's very good. It's very good. Because very often I've said in satsang that to come from that I know to I don't know is 99.999% of the journey. You see, to come to this beautiful I don't know, which again you might not find so beautiful right now, but later on you'll say it is very beautiful to not know. You see? So coming to this is most important. In this not knowing means that, you see, what is the power of these questions? Why is the inquiry beautiful? Because an inquiry like, who am I? Or what is the truth? Are you aware now? Who is aware of this awareness? These questions have the power to blow up our mental knowledge. You see, everything that we thought we knew can be exploded through these simple questions. You see, and we come to this beautiful not knowingness, which is very important. This is the emptying of the cup. You see, the emptying of the cup is very important. As long as it's full of our spiritual concepts and the scriptures we've read and everything that we know, then it becomes a struggle, a journey. Once we empty out, we have a question which just grabs us. It's what happened here also. The question, who am I, just grabbed me, you see. It just grabbed me. It wouldn't, like, I would be sitting in a business meeting and the question would come, so who are you? Who are you? What is happening here, you see? It would just come like this. It started grabbing me like that, you see. And for a while I used to try and respond using I'd been to so many spiritual paths and I'd read so much, so many scriptures, so I would want to respond through an idea. But something was not finding it fulfilling. It was not finding it satisfactory. You see? And then comes this beautiful not knowing. You see? And this not knowing is the openness, the empty cup. And as long as this openness is there, the truth is inescapable actually. And you will, as long as you remain open, you will find that that which we are speaking about is the most obvious thing. You see, what gets in the way is only our mental knowing. So I'm very glad that a question in the inquiry can have this effect on you. So what do we mean by undeniable? Why are we looking for that which is undeniable? Because it must be the truth, isn't it? We're looking for the truth. When we're looking for the truth, what must the truth be? The truth must be that which is unchanging. Because if the truth was something which is pink now but blue tomorrow, then what is the point of knowing the pinkness? Because it could change tomorrow. Then no point. But just by knowing something like this, like just the concept I am awareness is not the truth. You see, because it is just a concept.
Yeah.
You see, and it is not, even if it is unchanging, it is not enough. Because the concept I am awareness will just be the concept I am awareness. It is not changing. Therefore, it must also be verifiable. You see, it must be my living experience that I am this awareness. Only then it becomes valuable. You see, so once it becomes verifiable, only then it becomes undeniable. So not only must it be unchanging, it must be undeniable because it is verifiable. It is our direct living experience. You see, that is why this question, what can you say that is undeniable, can have such power, because it is pointing to the truth of what you are. You see, that which is unchanging, the unborn, eternal one, which is our experience of ourselves, the truth of who we are. You see? This is what the inquiry is pointing to. So, are you enjoying this emptiness which is coming along with it? Or it seems like a sense of frustration is coming, oh, I don't know anything.
There is no frustration or enjoying. I think
Okay, it is very neutral.
It's very neutral. I think that at times sort of pisses the because there is really for instance, I asked that day, the first time when we spoke like that, it was my birthday. So for next 2 days, it was my birthday.
Acha.
So for next 2 days, I was just in the joy that I could have that interaction.
No.
And then when I saw the video and I couldn't move forth, so there was this just surrender that I was okay. I don't know what to do with this. You take over. Whoever brought me to this cause in this video, you take over. So even then, when that thing happened, like why am I pausing? Because it's not what I've been so far in my life. It's not something I would have been very frustrated. I want.
Yes.
Why don't I have an answer? But
Yes.
it just happened, and I think somewhere over a couple of years, it's been the grace has been very kind in situations like that. Because what has happened after that, also physically, if I start to talk, there are a lot of stories, very beautiful, some very entertaining. But when the word that you added, undeniably,
Yes.
it it's like even there was this one point where it came to like okay, this is it.
Yeah.
But there was this silent thing which said, "Don't be too quick."
Very good.
So I don't know. It's not enjoyable or frustrating. I think it just
This is
is.
good. This is very good. This is very good.
Okay,
And I want to hear from you often as you go through this inquiry.
yeah.
And a very, very belated happy birthday to you, my dear. All my
You
love and
give me the
blessings.
best gift. It's okay. Thank you. Like because thankfully or unthankfully, my visa for Portugal didn't work out, so I'll be at your retreat.
Oh, yes, yes. I heard you're coming. Very good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's somehow it is not frustrating or rejoicing. The frustration, if it comes, also it doesn't stick. It's just something that comes, and if I have to act out of it, like when I'm working, I have to be sometimes very strict with some of my writers.
Yes.
So it's needed, and I
Writers? Did you say writers?
yeah, writers.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because we have another one here. Jasminder is here who also is runs a team of writers. She's the lead, copy lead.
Oh, is it? I would love to be in touch with her because some of my writers are really doing bad job.
Don't poach her from us. She's here. Jasminder, you can be in touch with. This is Shivani.
Hi. Okay. Maybe we can connect on Facebook.
Sure.
Yeah. We won't poach.
She might just poach you.
If that brings me to Bangalore, yes.
Well, be careful what you say. You're very quick with these things.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is a conversation we can have.
Yeah. So like even when that instant happened and I had to write like and how I would probably do it, how would not even I do, how would it would happen before and how it happens now. It's just so it gets boring sometimes. To say.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Do now. So we finished half a verse. Somebody was saying the other day that there's a Ashtavakra Gita which goes on for 90 hours. So I said, well, if six verses have taken us now 9 hours, I'm not surprised. It could last the whole lifetime. It could be that. Satsang was Ananta at 80 years old, and he's like, chapter 2, verse 7. Notice?
Because we are not as ripe a student or a seeker as Sangha.
Are you just having more fun with me? You want to sing something? You should see if you can rotate the seating a bit. Because I find the same one sitting in the same places usually. Are we singing? Some of you had the experience of the Twilight Zone or something yesterday in the bhajans. She said that there was a photo that came up of you automatically in the thing when she was posting the link for the satsang. She said we could not show that to the new ones. So I said, what was I doing? I've seen I was making some scary faces. Yeah. Okay. Puneet says, Namaste Ananta ji and beautiful Sangha. Grace brought me here somehow. This is my first time. My love to all. So much love to you, my dear. Yeah. I'm taking requests today. So the request is for Swagatam Krishna, but I won't torture you with it on the mic. Can you start with Jai Radha Madhava? Then it'll be easier to welcome Krishna. We welcome once he's here. Yes, you want to sing? Sing?
I can't sing.
Yeah.
I can't say about tomorrow how it would be like. When I was there.
You take the mic.
Can't say about future tomorrow how it would be, but like I said before, this inquiry is so mental, but now it's like a feeling when I was traveling also that time also, and now so much I enjoy this inquiry. Even today it was so much beauty in that. Thank you.
It's okay. It's great. No, built-in is on. You don't need the mic. The built-in microphone is working. Good.
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunjali Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunjali Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunjali Jai Gopi Janamallava Jai Gopi Janamallava Jai Giridhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vihari. Yamuna Tira Vihari, Jai Kunja Vihari. Yamuna Tira Vihari, Jai Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giridhari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana, Vrijijana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vihari, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Yamuna Tira Vihari, Jaya Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Kunja Bihari. Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Suswagatam, Saranagatam Krishna, Swagatam Suswagatam, Saranagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Suswagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Swagatam, Sharanagatam Krishna, Swagatam Swagatam, Sharanagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna, Swagatam Krishna. Yes, Gopal. Gopal, 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 Govardhana, Dhar Gopal, 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 Govardhana, Dhar Gopal, चित चोरा यशोदा के पास नवनीत चोर गोपाल चित चोरा यशोदा के पास नवनीत चोर गोपाल गोपाल Gopal, 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 Govardhana, Gopal, 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 Gopal. Govardhana, Gopal, चित चोरा यशोदा के पाल नवनीत चोर गोपाल चित चोरा यशोदा के पाल नवनीत चोर गोपाल गोपाल Gopal, Gopal, Govardhana, Hare Gopal, 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 Govardhana, Hare Gopal, 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 Govardhana, Hare Gopal, चित चोरा यशोदा के पाल नवनीत चोरा गोपाल मधुबन की मोहन मुरली के भैया मधुबन के मोहन मुरली के भैया गिरधारी नंदा कुमार आनंद राम जी की भैया आनंद राम जी की भैया गिरधारी नंद कुमार भैया गिरधारी नंद कुमार
Thank you also very much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai.
Sadhguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.
Who is moderating?
Yes.
Remember it being victory. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Krishna, for moderating. We can end the broadcast.